Question 3. The ordered pair xy identifies any point. The x value is the x coordinate. The x coordinate is always written first. The y value is the y coordinate and is always written second. Okay, that will do. The coordinates, so this could be okay. The coordinates of origin are 0, 0. Name the coordinates of each point on the given Cartesian plane. Okay, so in question 3, we are talking about ordered pairs. And we say that the ordered pairs are always written in these parentheses where the x value is written first and then the y value. Now, what is this x value? So this is your x-axis, right? So x is kind of a horizontal coordinate. So we'll say, let's take a point D, for example, right? So let me take point D here. Okay. So point D, let's take this point D. So when we take any point on that matter, here we have taken D. So we say x coordinate is along the x-axis. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So we write those 4 units first, 4. And then to reach D, vertically we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Then we write 5. So that is how we get our ordered pair, and it uniquely identifies the position of any point on the coordinate plane. So if I say what point is on 4, 5, you will say 4 on x-axis, y parallel to y-axis gives me point D, right? So D is uniquely identified by this set of points where this is the horizontal x coordinates and that is the vertical y coordinates, right? So that is how we get our ordered pair. And remember, ordered pairs are always put in these parentheses, right? It's written like this. So we'll actually give ordered pairs for each and then figure out how to write them, okay? Now, the coordinates of origin are 0, 0. So this is our origin, the point where x and y axis intersect. So at that point we take as origin 0, 0. X value is also 0 and y is also 0. As we move right, x value increases, but y value remains same. You're not going up, right? As we move left, x value decreases to negative numbers, y remains 0. But when we move vertically up and down, the y value increases or decreases, correct? And if you go diagonally, then both x and y will change, right? So like you have seen here, moving to D, we went 1, 2, 3, 4 units right and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units left, giving it an ordered pair of 4 and 5, okay? Now, name the coordinates of each point on the given Cartesian. So that is an exercise for you. Take a good copy or a snapshot and then write down. For example, A. Now A is here. To come to A, this is minus 6. So we can say the x value is minus 6 and the y value is 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4, minus 4. So that is the ordered pair for A, correct? Let's take G. For G, x value is moving right first, 1, 2, 3, in the positive direction. So when you move towards the right from the origin, it is always considered positive. But if you move left from origin, it is considered negative. If you go up, positive, down, then it is negative, okay, from the origin. Now, for G, you move right, 1, 2, 3, and so your x point is 3 positive. But for y, you have to come down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be negative 5. Do you understand? Because you're moving downwards, right? Let us consider a point here on the y-axis. Let's say point C. So what happens? Do you move left or right? No, you don't. So the x value here remains 0. So write C as 0, comma, and you move up 1, 2, 3. So 3. So that becomes the ordered pair for C, which uniquely identifies the location of C on our Cartesian plane. Do you understand? That is how it is, correct? So what you can do is, you can fill up this table with all these points, correct? Now you can make your own new points anywhere. For example, let me give you that question later, okay? So let's move on. There's another question on this page, question 4. It says, name and give coordinates of point on the boundary of first and fourth quadrant. So I purposely put this. I'm saying on the boundary of first and fourth. So which is your first quadrant? This is my first quadrant, right? And the fourth quadrant is here. Is it okay? These ones are my, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a review of your question number 1. So you come from 1, 2, 3, 4. You move anti-clockwise. So 1, 2, 4. Name and give coordinates of point on the boundary of first and fourth. So on the boundary of first and fourth, we have one point E, right? So we'll say, well, it is E, correct? And what are the coordinates of this point? If I move like this, I move x value is 5, right? And y is 0, because you don't have to go up and down. You will notice that all the points on the boundary of your axis, right, or on the boundary of your quadrants will have either x0 or y0, correct? Depending on which axis they fall, correct? So if they are on x-axis, y is going to be 0. If they are on y-axis, x is going to be 0. Okay, so that is kind of a correlation you can have between these points. Okay, now let's move on to the next question.